probably like load my car before the morning. Hey, how's everybody doing? It has been a busy and tiring trip. I'm not gonna lie, today and even yesterday were gonna be days that I was gonna run, but my legs are completely shot, just so heavy and stiff from a lot of just aggressive and fun snowboarding and riding for the last 4 days. So I don't think I'm gonna run. We're gonna walk into town though, so I'll bring you on a walk just to see the main street here in Stowe. We're right here in a house off the main little group of stores and stuff in the village. So I'm gonna go get a breakfast burrito and we're gonna get ready for one last day of snowboarding before we head out of the house here. So you can see a little bit cloudy, a little bit overcast today, but no snow coming down right now, which is nice while you're actually riding. And we don't really plan to stay too long today on the slope. So let's go get some breakfast, get ready for the day, and then we'll get into the rest of the snowboarding and drive back on home to Beacon. We're making our way up to the slopes for the final time here at Stowe. So a little bit of riding this morning and then we'll make our way home and that'll be that. Only one way in and one way out, and we're making our way there now. car's all packed. Gotta get out of here. Let's go home. Hey everybody, look where we are. We're back home here in Beacon. We made it here. We finished the trip. It's actually the next day. You can see the sun coming up this morning. My body is shot. I'm tired. I fell asleep last night relatively early and then I was just out like a light. So time for some recovery, definitely for my body, but I do need to get back to the actual running side of things. So I'm gonna probably do my run today. Maybe keep it on the easier side. We'll see how I feel my legs just from absorbing all the impact of all the moguls and things that form sort of at the Stowe mountain with the fresh snow. You know, your body takes a beating doing a lot of different things in the trees and the glades, which is sort of unique to Stowe on the East Coast. There's other places that have it, but not quite like Stowe. We spent a day where we went completely off the mountain with a couple of the guys and we're just, you know, trekking through the woods and finding some of those trails that you can find that are not necessarily resort trails, but they're documented on some of those other apps like Fat Map and All Trails, where you do a lot of hiking and backcountry skiing and exploring. You can find sort of trails that other people in the community have, you know, found or discovered good lines through the trees and the woods, and it's all really neat. So it's a lot of that stuff, but it's definitely tough on the body. We'll get back to running in the next vlog, but for me, that'll probably be today, as long as I can move and my feet feel okay. They're just tired from being shoved in those snowboard boots for a long time, for 4 days straight as well. But all that said, it was a really great trip with all the guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of it. I have one more piece that I wanted to share. We did a tour of Alchemist Brewery, which is up in Stowe, and it was a really neat experience. They showed us everything from the brewing process through all the different, you know, steps that they take. Their distribution, where they do it all refrigerated and they make sure everything goes right in the fridge. They don't have to pasteurize anything. Their waste reduction processes, they're like really focused on employee well-being as well as the environment. They don't really create a lot of waste at all. They take all the CO2 that comes out during the brewing process and actually store it, and then they re-vaporize it and use their own CO2 to carbonate the beer when it's done with the process. They actually treat their waste in-house with the wastewater and somehow separate like something that they can compost, and then the water actually goes into the system with the rest of the waste from the household and actually helps dilute it. It's that clean, and they essentially make the same amount of waste as like one single household in Stowe, Vermont, and they're an entire, you know, microbrewery. So a lot of really cool stuff. They treat their employees, like I said, really well, where they're actually taking the tips that they get every single day and donating them to the local schools and charities, because they pay their employees in a way that they don't need to work on tips. And it's just this really neat experience. It's a really cool environment, a place that a lot of people go and hang out after, you know, skiing and snowboarding on the slopes. So that tour was awesome, that we got to see behind the scenes, and, you know, just the clips that are playing give you a little taste of what's going on back there. So just overall really great trip, lots of good food. This sweatshirt's from Doc Ponds, which we went to the first day we were there. Just a great experience. It's the second year back, and I think it's one of those things that me and those guys that went will do every year going forward. So I hope if you enjoyed, again, just seeing a little bit of the winter experience. We'll be back to running in the next one, but I just appreciate you all coming along for the ride again, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.